streets. Street talk for the streets. We got the scoop that you want, and got the platform you need. You bought your passion, making it happen, showing you off in these streets. It's the talk of the streets. Street talk for the streets. It's the talk of the streets. Street talk for the street. Empowering communities, encouraging to do your thing. You bought your purpose, make it work. The faith's the only thing you need. It's the talk of the streets. Street talk for the streets. It's the talk of the streets. Street talk for the streets. It's the talk of the streets. One of the best you can bet. Community conversation, and we support some of the best. We put them on so they can know the DMV ain't gonna rest. When it comes to media, talk of the street, one of the best. It's the talk of the streets. Street talk for the streets. Artists on us, go get us, and we got what you need. You can be what you be. Go on and be about your dreams. Somebody riding around the corner saying that could be me. It's the talk of the streets. Street talk for the streets.
Listen, and we are back, family. Okay, let me get that on my frame. Okay, listen. So we live. We are live here back on Talk of the Street Entertainment Network, y'all. All right. So thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned in. I hope that you share this with somebody. That's fine over there. I hope that you share this with somebody who may not know about us, y'all. Make sure if you are an artist, owner, or community leader, okay, anywhere in the area, it don't even matter where you from. I want to show you off here in Virginia. I want to show you off to our viewers everywhere online. Again, I want to shout out Grand Hog ENT for being here this evening, y'all. Okay, so the next things next. What we about to get into is our vegan eats. Okay, let me make sure I got, because y'all know I can be long-winded, and when I get excited, okay, we can get into it. So I want to make sure that I give you my top. This is my top 5, okay? My top 5. Ooh, child. Let me see. Some over there with the addresses on it. Okay, but we're gonna have these pinned in the social media, on the social media pages as well, okay? So my top 5, all right, with the purple writing, just like that. Let me see. Thank you. Had to get the addresses for you, baby, because you're gonna want some of this. You gonna want some of this, okay? But number 5, start with number 5. It's my chickpea salad. You heard it. You heard me right. I didn't make a mistake. You heard it. I said chickpea salad. Now with the chickpea salad, it's kind of like a chicken salad, okay? See, it's all about the flavor. It's all about the flavors that you put in there. You rinse off your chickpeas, dry them off just a little bit, then you smash them. Okay, you smash them, put a little celery, put a little sweet relish, put a little bit of your seasonings up in there. You put a little mustard. You feel what I'm saying? Sprinkle a little bit of sugar, that raw cane sugar. Okay, and the veganese is what I'm saying, because we talking about vegan treats. Veganese, don't knock it till you try it. You can use veganese on everything. You can use it for sour cream. You can use it on your sandwich, your deli sandwiches, okay? You can use it in your chickpea salad. It's delicious. It's delicious. My children loved it, and you will too. That's number 5 on the list. Number 4 is home of the vegan soul food, y'all. Home of the vegan soul food is New Vegan Cafe, y'all. Here in Richmond, Virginia, on 417 West Gray Street in Richmond, Virginia, y'all. When I say home of the vegan soul food, y'all, the chicken drummies, okay? The chicken drummies is where it's at. That's the star of the organization. And then you have your sweet candy yams and your greens and your okra, and they have the barbecue tofu. I don't mess with that though, but it look good, and people say it's good, you know. Oh man, all types of dipping sauces. My co-producer, my son here, said, you know, they got the barbecue, they can dip the wings in. Your vegan soul food dishes, y'all. Okay, home of the vegan soul food dishes here in Richmond, Virginia is New Vegan Cafe, y'all. Shout out to New Vegan. I'll see y'all again soon. That's coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is the Beyond brand. You like what? In the store. Don't hold it up, okay? At your local Walmart, right? That's the place where you can find it at most. Publix has a few here and there, you know, but definitely Walmart is where you can just about find almost anything. In the Beyond brand, particularly the breakfast sausages and the steak tips, okay? Love it. Now with the steak tips, let me tell you what my favorite. I have been vegan, vegetarian, because sometimes that mozzarella cheese, sometimes it just tempts me so much, and I gotta pray on it. But I haven't eaten any meat. In going on 5 years. I haven't ate any pork in like 10 years, okay? And I'm serious about no meat. Now, you may get me on a snack. I ain't gonna even hold you. I'm not gonna sit right here and lie to you. I'm gonna be transparent because there might be somebody somewhere who dealing with what I'm dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? But nonetheless, stay focused. Nonetheless, the steak tips. One of my favorite meals for breakfast time used to be, and I can eat breakfast at any time of the day. Now I only eat one big meal a day, so I have to like plan when I want that big meal to be a breakfast meal, you know, vegan breakfast meal. So here we go. This is what I used to like. I used to like me a steak. Okay, you got to get comfortable when you say this, because it make you feel you know the itis get you like that. So I used to like me a steak. Fried apples. I had fried potatoes yesterday. It's still on my mind. Anyway, stay focused. Steak tips, fried apples, scrambled eggs, some grits. Is that it? Oh, French toast, baby. How did I almost forget the French toast, baby? I'm going to say it again. Steak tips, scrambled eggs, fried apples, grits, and French toast. Baby, listen. That was my favorite breakfast meal. And when I stopped eating meat, I was like, I don't necessarily like this. I didn't like this for me. I didn't. Now I love it for me because I found things that I can work with. Certain meat replacements I don't rock with, but when I find one, because I come from a southern background, I'm talking about smothered pork chops and potatoes. I'm talking about chitterlings. Yes. I'm talking about chitterlings, baby. That's my background right there. So I'm not faking the funk when I say that these meat replacements, my co-producer over here laughing at me. I'm serious, okay? Am I lying?
No.
Right. So for me to be here in this moment and I'm like, y'all, try this meat replacement right here, baby, you better try it because I know what I'm talking about. So the meat tips, shout out to Beyond Meat, y'all. The steak tips with Beyond Meat are amazing. The sausages, I like the spicy ones. It remind me of pork. You know how pork sausage are kind of spicy? That's what it remind me of. And so, you know, they're very good. So that's number 3 on the list, okay? So number 2 is My Vegan Sweet Tooth, y'all. My Vegan Sweet Tooth is stationed in Virginia Beach. They came here to the Veg in the Berg event that happened a few weeks ago. Well, now almost a month ago now. And they brought their cinnamon rolls, baby. They brought their cookies. They brought everything that you're not supposed to have. They bought it. You trying? What wasn't I supposed to have, Zabi? Those sweet things that you be telling yourself that you're not gonna eat anymore or eat too much of. They had it. That's what they have, and it's vegan and it's very, very good. Shout out to My Vegan Sweet Tooth. You can find them at 3916 Virginia Beach Boulevard and Virginia Beach. Also, you can check them out online. Okay, no, okay. You can find New Vegan online at New Vegan Cafe, and you can find My Vegan Sweet Tooth at My Vegan Sweet Tooth TH. Somebody stole their My Vegan Sweet Tooth, their blogger. That's not it. My Vegan Sweet Tooth My Vegan Sweet Tooth 2 TH is how you can find the sweet treats of Virginia Beach. And sometimes they come down here. Listen, if we advocate hard enough, if we go shop with them hard enough, baby, I guarantee they'll open up a location here in Richmond, okay, and in Petersburg, Colonial Heights, Hopewell, whatever you want to call it. You know, I guarantee that they would do that. So it's up to you and me to advocate for these things here. So they are number 2 on the list, okay? Now coming in at number 1. You should already know if you know this. Vegan, baby. Listen, y'all. It's Vegan Eats, the talk of the streets tonight, baby. Listen, let me tell you something about Philly vegan, okay? Another one of the things that I truly missed after becoming, you know, vegetarian was a good old steak and cheese. Excuse me. See, I tried several steak and cheese one night, and I'm telling you just a tad bit of a story. I tried one vegan steak and cheese somewhere else, like a year into me being vegetarian, baby, and it just was, I was like, I would never eat it again. I guess I would never have steak and cheese again. But when I heard on the streets, and I heard it from someone who wasn't even vegan, take my word. You can ask anybody in the Richmond area whether they're vegan or not, and if they've experienced Philly vegan, they will tell you, watch the cord, they will tell you that I ain't lying, okay? They are going to tell you to take your non-vegan self up Hall Street, y'all. What is this? Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm trying to see the address here, and production done messed up the address, y'all. They on Hall Street, Richmond, Virginia, okay? They are a block away from the Croker spot on Hall Street, okay? Now, when you go up in there, you gotta get the steak and cheese supreme. Now, the steak and cheese, I'm trying to listen to me. You understand what I'm saying? Listen to me. You can try the burger, you can try the chicken sandwich, you can try all this stuff. You can try the French fries, you can try the shakes, they have all of this that I'm saying. You can try all of that stuff if you want to. I'm not shaming the apple pie rolls, the apple fritter, whatever you want to try out of this store. But if you leave there without trying the steak and cheese, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life until you go back. So I'm telling you what's good for you. If you want to try a vegan steak and cheese that would have you say, "Ooh, this is better than the real steak and cheese," no cap. You may be sitting here, you may be looking at me, she dragging it. I'm not though. I really want you to go to Philly Vegan and get their steak and cheese supreme. Now, it comes with mushrooms, right? I'm not a mushrooms girl. Not a mushrooms girl at all. Okay, so I say no mushrooms, extra meat. Now, they're gonna charge you a little fee for the extra meat, but it's worth it. Take my word. And they're gonna fix it up. I was getting ready to give you the visual picture just popped up in my head, my mouth watering a little bit. But so excuse me. Go to Philly Vegan and order that supreme shit, and don't forget, don't get no French fry. Don't be basic. I can say that because I love me a good fry. Shout out to B Sounds, right? The ADHD bandit, okay? Because when he's DJing somewhere, he used to be DJing somewhere. He's a zombie. You wanna come hang out with me? And I go hang out with him. And I'm fine at the bar with some French fries. You know, give me a Malibu pineapple, light on the juice. Give me one of those and give me a batch of French fries, and I'm fine. I'm your best friend. I don't need all that other stuff. I'm a French fry girl. But don't you go to Philly Vegan and get no French fries. You hear me? Looking at both of these cameras. Get the O-rings, baby. Get the O-rings. The O-rings so good that once upon a time they didn't have them for a week. We brought them out. Everybody who knows something about Philly Vegan was like, you won't get no O-rings this week, and they had to apologize so bad. And then they have this sweet, what is it? This sauce. I don't want to mess the sauce up. It's kind of sweet, kind of hot. Tell them that Zavi said that, and then they know exactly what you're talking about. It's amazing. It's amazing, y'all. Okay, and something special about Philly Vegan. I know I done went on and on and on. I done spent so many minutes on Philly Vegan, y'all. That's because that's a spot. But let me tell you something. Philly Vegan has this. They dedicate a Thursday of the month. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's once a month, and it's a pay as you can Thursday. So what they do is they support the community by giving back in this way. So they have a select list of items, and if you go in there and you pick from this select list of items, and you can pay what you can. Seriously, if you got $1.50 in your pocket, you got 50 cents in your pocket. Whatever the case may be, you can pay what you can on this select items on this list. I'm not here to tell you that this Philly Steak Supreme is on there. I'd be lying if I said that. However, you might be able to try something that is close to you know, that steak and cheese. But ultimately, it's going to have, the list is going to be filled with a few select items, and I love that for them. I love that for us, you know, our people, of course. So check out Philly Vegan, sow into their, you know, their mission. Tell them Zabi sent you. Now you won't get no discount because we ain't there yet. Let me finish working on that. But definitely they'll be like, oh, Zabi, okay, and you know, they'll love on you. They're gonna love on you regardless. But I'm just saying though, I digress. Alright, check out Philly Vegan. So y'all, those were our vegan eats at Talk of the Streets, okay, this week. Try them, Mikey. Tell me if you like them, okay? You know, comment down below on our social pages. Hit us up in the inbox. Send us an email again at Talk of the Streets TV. Talk of the Streets TV with a Z at gmail.com, y'all. Let us know if you've checked out some of these, the guests that we've had on the show, some of the events, business owners, you know, community leaders, artists. Let us know if you checked them out. Again, if you are a owner, artist, or community leader yourself, make sure that you hit us up so we can show you off, okay? We definitely want to get you out here on Talk of the Streets, okay? So, listen, I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of this activity that we have been having out here in the streets, okay? So one of the events that went on a couple weeks ago, thank you, Holy Spirit, okay, in Florida, all right, Jacksonville, Florida. We had 3 people dead after gunmen targeted black people in Jacksonville, Florida, officials say. So I was checking out Dr. Umar Johnson's page, and he said, this is exactly why I didn't celebrate the Alabama brawl. There's nothing to celebrate until the war is won. We hit a few of them with chairs and punches, but he just snatched 3 of our lives. Get serious and stop joking around. Carry your at all times, okay? That's important to me because, you know, as it was a lot going on. It really was, you know, during that time when the brawl took place. And although, you know, a piece of me, I'd be remiss to say that a piece of me was not like, okay, I see us sticking together. But the other side of me was like, how is this going to affect our people? Because it wasn't enough people. It wasn't enough unity taking place outside of that brawl, right? And it's more things that we need to be focused on other than a chair. And I know some people right now be, oh, Zabi. No, I'm serious, right? Because soon after, like a couple of weeks after, our brothers in one of the Alabama state prisons were being mistreated. Now, some may say that it was a coincidence that these things happen, right? That those things took place. But I don't believe in coincidences. I think that this was in direct contact and a response to what took place in Alabama a few weeks prior. See, it's situations like that I have to, and I don't watch too much news. I don't watch it at all. I don't even have a TV in my room. Okay, haven't had a TV in my room in years, for real. It's probably been like 2-3 years now. But what happens is that I do catch a lot of conversations. You know, when it's time for me to hear something, if the Most High wants me to, you know, be aware of something that's going on in mainstream media, I'm there and I tap in and I'm like, okay, God, and then I receive the download and I deliver it to the people that God needed to deliver it to, right? So that was one of the things that caught my eye, and I don't like it. So I need us to be I need us to think a little more deeply on the events of the world, especially in this time right now where things are just going crazy. It's haywire out here in these streets, y'all, and we need to bind together to have more unity in our communities, right, in our minority communities, for our people. We need to start thinking about, you know, getting free. I know that if you've been watching me for a while, I have a few different shows that I do. One is Bible Study in the Hood, y'all. Let us bless you, okay? On Bible Study in the Hood. And a couple of seasons ago, probably like 2 years ago now, during the pandemic. Woo, that's been a long time now, right? It's time to flew. But anyway, I had King Shaw. King Shaw was one of my guests, and he was talking about becoming free, right? Free meaning free as a people, and free is an acronym. It's farming, it's real estate, it's economics, it is the other E I forgot, Lord forgive me, but this is how we become free. So I'm not saying we need to unify in terms of being violent and fighting back. What are the solutions, right? What are we going to do as a community? It's enough talking about the problem, and I talk about this with my husband all the time. You know, we can identify a problem because a problem is a problem. A problem brings chaos, but it's easy to see that. So what we need to focus on, my opinion, is that we need to focus more on the solution. What are the solutions, right? And we also got to stop thinking that we're going to reconstruct a system that was never built for us in the first place. We are going to have to make sure that we put in place our own structures, right? Things that benefit us as a nation, okay? So I'm going to get off my soapbox for a minute. I'll be back on it, though. Hold on. So this next piece of information that I wanted to share with you all, and this is the Streetz Eye View, y'all. I always want to bring y'all a Streetz Eye View here on this on this show, whether it's by sharing individuals' videos that they send to me to share on the channel that gives you a deeper insight, things that our normal news won't deliver. This news station is definitely going to deliver it to you, okay? You don't ever have to worry about that. I'm going to do what I've been called to do, and I'll do it in a respectful way because I don't like to focus on the problem. I'm here for the solution all day long, baby, okay? But the next situation that I want to focus on is how a Mississippi officer was fired after arresting a 10-year-old boy for peeing behind a car. A 10-year-old boy for peeing behind a car. A 10-year-old boy for peeing behind a car. Okay, so the Mississippi mother speaks out after her son was taken into custody for peeing behind her car. Okay, why would you arrest a 10-year-old kid, she said. So here's the thing. My problem with that is that this child could possibly suffer psychological abuse because of what happened to him. Now, how many of us have sons and even women, right? Sometimes we're in situations where we gotta take a leak. We need to use the bathroom. You feel what I'm saying? And even at 10 years old, these children have bladders. So this is what I don't like. And I also saw a similar story like this a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, let's focus on this. Oh, no, I'm going to bring it up. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So this other little boy, he was about 12, black boy. He was about 12 years old. He was in his complex. His parents told him to go take out the trash. He goes to take out the trash. Seconds later, police cars swarm him and arrest him because he fits the description of something. Little boy was shaking in his boots, okay? And here's what's happening, okay? So these two young men in particular were absolutely doing nothing. And to have this type of situation happen to you brings on emotional trauma, psychological trauma, physical trauma. It damages, you know, it damages your ego. You know, it bruises you in so many different ways. And I just don't think that it's okay to give it oh, I'm sorry, and you can go on about your business. I really believe that things need to be in place for situations like this so they can be handled on a much heavier scale than what they're being handled on. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit. It reminds me a lot of the school to prison pipeline. It do. It does. I said it. You heard it here. It's the Talking Streetz Eye View. And that's another thing as well, right? I am an advocate for education. I am an advocate for, you know, educating our people, but at the same time, the way that they are being groomed to later go into this system of whether it's a system of workforce bondage, okay, or it's a system of the prison system. Whatever the case may be, they are grooming the children through this school pipeline with everything you see, from the clear book bags to the school bell ringing to you only get 30 minutes for lunch to you walking in a single file line, to all of these things that appear to seem as structured, but really they're being groomed for something else, and I don't like it. It's the talk of the streets, y'all. Listen. The next thing, I want to give a shout out to these amazing ladies, in particular Ariane Simone. She was on CBS Morning show, right? And she was responding to a racial discrimination lawsuit brought against the venture capital fund by a nonprofit group led by conservative activists. So here's the thing. She said, she said, we are not scared, we are fearless. Stop playing with me. The Fearless Fund, okay? This is a grant program for black women sued for racial discrimination. This is a lawsuit brought on by conservative activists. And thank you, sir. And this is how you can help, okay? So you can help by continuing to support the grant program, to continue to support this lady and her attempt to bring the women of the black community a grant that is specifically for them, because of how underprivileged we are as black business owners, as you know, black women, in terms of receiving grants or any type of funding. What you can do is help this lady raise awareness to, one, this lawsuit. Of course, let's stand by her, be at her side. Tell me what time it is. If I can get there, I'll be in the courtroom with her. Number two, make sure that you spread the word about this grant. It is an opportunity for women who look like me, women who were raised like me, women who have dreams and goals and desires like me. This opportunity is for you. Okay, so make sure that you support it, make sure that you share it, make sure that you get it out there, make sure that you do. And we're going to do our thing here on Talk of the Street Entertainment as well, okay? So, listen, as we come to the end of our show, y'all, I want to make sure, it's been great here with y'all this evening, y'all. I want to make sure that you take advantage, number one, of the opportunity of being here on Talk of the Street Entertainment Network, all right? I want to make sure that even if you don't want to, or you don't have anything that you would like to show off here on Talk of the Streets, I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to send us any news that you think is necessary for us to share with our viewers, share with our community. To echo off of our interviewee that we had here earlier during the show, again, shout out to Groundhog ENT. You know, I know a lot of people out there who are watching, who have been watching us over the years. As I mentioned a couple of shows back, it has been a pleasure to serve and to show off a lot of, you know, my Richmond, Virginia locals in terms of business, artists, and community leadership. I did over 25 interviews in the last past years just off of the Richmond natives alone. And I know, you know, it's a lot of folks may not comment, may not share, may not do a lot of things, but I'm not focused on that. I'm here to do a service. I'm here to, you know, I'm motivated by God. I'm here to speak and bring you the news, you know, in the best way that I can, and how I know how. And I just want to thank you for being a part of the mission here, right? To increase self-determination, productivity, and profitability within the minority communities. My mission is to travel to minority communities across the world. And while I'm here in Richmond, and any time that I'm available, if I have a camera, you have a camera, especially if you have a purpose. If it ain't purpose, it ain't working, okay? And definitely, again, shout out to Mr. Joe Taylor here with the Richmond Community Access Network for their dedicated service to provide a platform for talk shows like mine, where we can occupy space and reach viewers like you. Okay, shout out to the other creators on this network. I wish you well and great work thus far. Okay, this channel is live for the next few Mondays here on Comcast 95 and Verizon 36 until our next season here on this channel. But we are continuously live. You can find out and stay connected to every Monday 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Talk of the Streets talkofthestreets.net. That's talkofthestreets with a Z.net. Again, listen, you know, we're always live with community leaders and local information with small breaks in between. So stay connected for a show, an event, or special cause near you, y'all. Again, I am Zari D. Morgan. This is Talk of the Streetz Entertainment, and I'll see you next week. Peace.